¿Todo bien? Es que estoy obligado a ir detrás de la computadora. Estoy obligado a ir detrás de la aquí. Mi compu está atrás para ver qué me escribes. ¿Está todo bien? Live? Okay. We are live now. Please say yes or no. We are live. Yes or no? Please answer me. ¿Estamos en live? Hello? Yes. Great. Okay. Hello. How are you? So the only thing is that I can't see the people talking to me and asking for questions, because we were going to do a Q&A, but how do we do that if I can't read the questions? Okay, just a second. How are you? My name is Adan Jodorowsky. I'm at home and I'm trying to... There's someone helping me, helping me with that. There's a link where people can write me messages and I can answer. So, waiting for that information. Okay, I'm Adan Jodorowsky. I'm the son of Alejandro Jodorowsky, the guy who directed El Topo, The Holy Mountain, Santa Sangre. He directed what? El Topo, The Holy Mountain, Santa Sangre, Endless Poetry, The Dance of Reality. So today I'm going to talk about his movies, about my experience with him, and about what was the... Oh, there's a link. Okay, there's a link where you can write messages. And what should I do with this link? Oh, I'm watching myself. It's crazy. Look, it's me. Okay, so live, and where can I see the questions, my dear? Okay, I can't see the questions. Where are the questions? Share, like, okay. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask the questions. I'm going to read it here, all right? About my experience with my father. I'm sorry, it's a little bit a mess, but you know, it's the first time. Enter the video and comments. Yeah, enter the video and comments. Okay. And where can I see the... Oh, shit. The questions. I'm listening to myself. Okay, you know, I'm like a guy from the 90s, so I'm not so good with this kind of stuff. So, okay, comments. Yes. So, I want to talk about my experience with my father. He's a very peculiar human being. I've been working with him since I'm 8 years old, and I've played in his movie Santa Sangre. Santa Sangre is the first movie I've played in, and I won a prize for that, like best juvenile performance in horror and science fiction movies. I remember that the producer, he called me and he said, do you know what? You won a prize in Los Angeles, a Golden Saturn. And I said, oh really? Yes. Can I send it to you by mail? And I said, all right, okay. But he never told me that I was nominated for a prize. So I received this prize, and the producer was Claudio Argento, who was the brother of Dario Argento, the director of Suspiria. I don't know if you know this movie, Suspiria, but it's a beautiful movie. And then the first time my father asked me if I want to play in his movie, he said, do you want to play in my movie Santa Sangre? And I said, yes, I want to play in your movie. Okay, but you have to do it well. And I said, but I'm going to do it well. I said, no, but you have to do it well. And I said, I'm going to do it well. And bam, he slapped my face and he said, this is because you have to remember that you have to do it well. And I started to cry, and it was the first time my father slapped me in all my life. I said, this is unfair, it's terrible. And so it was totally unfair. I was a little kid, I was 8. And I cried and I cried and I cried, and well, I did the movie, and it was quite an incredible experience. But years after, like maybe 25 years after or 20 years after, he said, he did like a TV show in front of 3 million people, and he said, Adan, do you remember that when you were 8, I slapped your face? I said, of course I remember. I said, okay, now in front of 3 million people, I want you to slap my face. And I said, all right, okay. So I slapped his face. He said, harder. And bam, I slapped his face again. And he said, okay, no, I'm sorry about what I did. And you can see it. In fact, it's Carta Blanca in YouTube. You can see Carta Blanca, Jodorowsky, and he asked me if I can slap his face. So you can see it on YouTube. It exists. And well, I did a soundtrack. No, first I'm gonna show you images of Santa Sangre, and comment the images of Santa Sangre. Well, okay. Is there any people here watching the live, or I'm just talking alone? Just like talking in front. Well, maybe even if I talk in front of 1 people, it doesn't matter. I do it for you. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. Wait. You're gonna see it's very interesting. Santa Sangre. There is a scene here in Santa Sangre that I put it. My brother Cristobal played the main character in Santa Sangre. This is the first time I'm talking about that, you know, so it's a very special day. My brother Cristobal, who's an actor, he did the actor studio, and he worked with the mime Marcel Marceau. He was his student, and he studied a lot for this movie. And before studying the movie, he was in his hotel room, preparing his role for the movie, and he was inside his hotel room with an eagle flying in his hotel room for 2 months, preparing for his performance in Santa Sangre. So now you can see, this is my brother Brontis, him, and this is Cristobal. So he was, and this was Carlos Ancira, an actor from Mexico. Sorry, I don't have COVID. So this is Brontis, my brother Brontis, who years after played in La Danza de la Realidad, Cristobal. So that, and he was naked in his hotel room, and he was preparing this part for the movie for 2 months. Oh, this is the shitty Spanish version. Don't watch Santa Sangre in Spanish ever. It's the worst translation in the world. So yes, and the woman who was like cleaning the room was totally she was very scared. Okay, so there is questions here. Here we are. Hello from Barcelona. Hello, Vivian. Yes, nice. Hola. Hello. Great. There's people here watching. Okay, so now I want to tell another story about Santa Sangre that nobody knows. It was in 1988 we did this movie with Alejandro. We did this movie in 1988, and there was a scene where my father in the movie, who was Guy Stockwell, who was a very fat guy who played in Zorro when he was young, and he was like, it was really the end of his career. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry, I speak like Speedy Gonzalez. And my father said, there's a scene where the guy has to do a tattoo for you in the chest, an eagle. He has to tattoo an eagle. And there's two options. One option is to put some fake tears in your eyes. And, And second option is that I go under the table and I squeeze your legs and you cry for real. So you are 8 years old and you have to decide what you want to do. And so at 8 years old, I started to think, and I said, okay, so if I put fake tears, maybe it doesn't going to look real. So maybe I should tell my father to squeeze my legs under the table, like pins. I don't know how to say that. So I said, okay, so do it under the table, and it's going to. He said it's going to be really painful. I said it's okay. I'm gonna cry for real. I want to cry for real, and I want this scene look real. So I'm gonna show you the scene of Santa Sangre, of myself crying for real, and you have to imagine that my father is under the table. So I'm gonna show you this scene, and you're gonna see how real it is. So there's my fake father in the movie, you know, preparing the tattoo, and this is me. Okay. My father was under the table. So I was suffering for real. Okay, so this is a scene of Santa Sangre, the tattoo scene. It's like a very beautiful movie, and it wasn't it was okay. I knew that it was a movie, and I decided myself that my father had to do that to me under the table. So it wasn't an abuse. Okay, I decided that. But I remember the producer after that was watching the scene on the set, and she was completely shocked, and everyone was shocked. But well, thanks to that, the scene is incredibly real. I want to tell you another anecdote that nobody knows about that. When we did Santa Sangre, this movie of Adan Jodorowsky, my father, all the sound was recorded on old tapes, and it was used tapes because the Mexicans gave to my father like used tapes, so it wasn't working at all. So he had to do again all the sound of the movie again after shooting this movie. It was terrible. So we went to Italy, and we did all the voices of the movie again, and I remember there was the dwarf, the dwarf in the movie, Aladdin. He couldn't find somebody to double his voice, and I was listening to that, and I said, maybe I can do it. He said, how you can do it? Yes, look, Mr. Phoenix. And I talked like that, and he said, it's perfect. It's going to be him. So I'm going to show you my voice. I was a kid. I was 9, then 8, 9. And this is my voice. Look. Look. Okay, this is the final scene of the movie. I don't want to show you that because I don't want you to see what's happening. Okay. So, listen. Have you listened to that? Mr. Phoenix. It was me. So that's my voice when I was 8 years old. Okay? So that's like little secrets that nobody knows, and I'm telling now. And well, now I think we should talk about maybe a soundtrack. Um, we're going to talk about The Dance of Reality. The Dance of Reality is my father's movie. Dance of Reality. Well, it's in the other side now. Dance of Reality. It's a movie about that my father did in 2014, I think. He didn't do any movies in 22 years. For 22 years, he didn't do any movies because he couldn't find any money until he decided to produce and finance his movie himself and with the help of Kickstarter. So he did a Kickstarter and a lot of people gave money to my father to help him to do the movie. So thank you very much. And so he asked me to act in the movie. I did an anarchist with a long hair and little glasses. He was inspired by John Lennon for me. And he asked me to do the music of the movie, the soundtrack. He was really fan of an album I did. He liked it a lot, Amador. And he asked me if I can do the music of the movie. So I did this soundtrack, The Dance of Reality. And I'm going to put a melody. He asked me, and I was really inspired by I decided to record everything analogic on tape because I wanted him to have the same kind of music he did on El Topo and the Holy Mountain. So I was really into doing something to keep the same universe with my father. So, and I was also inspired by Eric Satie. I don't know if you know Eric Satie, but you should listen to his music. And I don't know if you can listen to that. And I composed this music on piano with the... this album was composed, I don't know if you know Michel Legrand, the great composer, but I was in a studio in Paris recording on his piano. So all the music of this album was recorded on the piano of Michel Legrand, the great composer, movie composer. Well, he did a lot of things, not only movies, but that's nice to know too. And this movie was recorded in Serbia with an orchestra with 60 musicians. It was the first time I was working with an orchestra in my life, so it was an incredible experience. So I did this soundtrack, and it changed my life because you don't have, when usually I write songs, albums, and you always have to write like verses, choruses, bridges, but in the music for the movies, there's no law. You're completely free to compose whatever you want. You just have to follow the images. And what is very interesting with my father is that, well, now I know him, and when you have a very happy scene, he likes very sad music. And whether there's a sad scene, he likes happy music. He likes balances. He says always that he doesn't want to do Disneyland music, Disney music. He hates that. In fact, he hates Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney. He says that Mickey Mouse, no, that what? Oh yeah, that Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney had sex together, and they did Spielberg. That's well, it's my father, no? And then after this movie, he said, Adan, I want to do another movie telling the story of my life when I was 25, 26. And the only person who can play myself, it's you, because you're my son. So do you want to play in my movie? And I said, okay, but don't slap my face like in 1988. He said, no, don't worry, I won't do it. But maybe I should do it. I said, no, it's okay. But okay, do it. So he did it like this. And so it was really funny. And we did this movie, and it was very special because I had the mother of my child now had a boyfriend before me, and she left him for me. And this guy, I don't know how my father chose him to play in the movie without knowing that he was the ex-boyfriend of my wife in this time. So I was on the set with her, sleeping in my room, and the producer, I don't know why, he rented a hotel room just next to mine, to my room, and it was the room of this guy. So he was sleeping there. I was with my girl, and I was sleeping there and knowing that he was just next to us. And he had to play my best friend in the movie. So it was terrible. So I'm gonna show you a scene where he plays my best friend, and he was really tense, and I was too, and we were trying to play together in the movie. Look. It's him, and it's me. Okay. Terrible. I wanted to kill him now, in this scene. No? Look, I have to give him the hand. Okay? Well, that's... Okay, we had to be fun and to laugh together, but it was terrible to act with him. It was a torture. Yes. This is the movie Endless Poetry. Sorry about the light. Okay? So we had to play the best friends. Okay, this is me, this is him. And the thing is that when we did the movie, after we had a scene, and in this scene I had to, well, I slept with his girlfriend in the movie. It was the midget, and he surprised us in the morning, and he has a big crisis. And in the movie you can see this scene. I didn't find this scene there, but it was so real what was happening, because I was with his girlfriend in real life, and she left him for me. And in the movie I slept with his girlfriend. So the movie, you can see in the scene is real. He's like crying, screaming, and but that's the thing, the interesting thing in the movie, that everything is magical. It's synchronicity. And in this movie there's another scene I want to show you. I hope you're not bored about all the stories I'm telling. I'm trying to do my best really to talk about that. So okay, I'm gonna maybe you have comments. There's comments here. Yes, you have comments, and then we can talk. You can ask some questions after. I would be really happy to answer some questions. Okay, so I'm going to show you another scene of endless poetry. Okay, in this scene, there's a scene. It was the last scene we shot in the movie, and I was playing a clown, and there was like I think 7,000 people, because my father put an announce in Chile about him shooting the movie and that he needed some extras. So 6,000 people came to the theater just for free, like this, to assist and see how my father was filming and shooting a movie. So I did this scene in front of 6,000 people. Look.
Ya sé, me voy a hacer cosquillas hasta morir de risa. ¡Por amigo me odia! ¡Soy un traidor! ¡Me acosté con su novia! Quizás me pegó la sífilis. Quizás la pobre cayó encinta. La vida es un juego. Hay que reírse de todo.
Life is a game. We have to laugh at everything, even the worst things. Laugh. That was all the people. There's 6,000 people. It's incredible. Suffering is stupid. I'm not a clown. I'm a poet. And so my father always asks his sons to be naked. So I'm naked in the movie. And people were screaming. Real people. Huh? And I was there in the crowd naked. There was a lot of people like grabbing my ass. They were really happy. They're really happy about it. So that's it. That's the scene of the movie. It was quite interesting. And after the movie, I went to the desert and I shaved my hair. And I started a new life and I had a baby after that. It was really psychomagic. It was beautiful to live this moment. Maybe I can ask some. I can answer some questions. Do you want me to answer some questions? So, how do I do that? You can ask questions. I would be really happy to. You go to the Facebook page and you ask questions. Okay. Wait, I'm gonna read the questions. Maybe you have questions. 9 comments. What are your thoughts of the Holy Mountain script? Well, the Holy Mountain script is incredible. For me, it's one of his best movies. Really enjoying to watch Holy Mountain each time is like taking LSD and it's mind-blowing, this movie. You should watch it, everyone. But everyone thinks that the Holy Mountain is a movie about drugs. And yeah, we're going to see Holy Mountain. We're going to see Holy Mountain and take some drugs and smoke some weed and we're going to enjoy the movie. But no, I have to tell you, people, that the Holy Mountain is the opposite of that. The Holy Mountain is like my father making fun of the society and the drugs and the cocaine and everything. So you have to watch this movie thinking about that it's not a movie about drugs. It's an anti-drug movie, in fact. It's an anti-society movie. It's about reality. It's about consciousness. It's about, how do you say that? Authenticity. So you have to watch this movie thinking about that. You know, for example, there is a scene in the Holy Mountain where he takes some cocaine, but no, not from the nose, but from the ear. You know, it's to show how ridiculous is the cocaine. So watch it, thinking about that. But it's funny that you talk about the Holy Mountain, because I have here, I don't know if you saw in the Holy Mountain, he has a book, the Master, a book with the tarot inside, tarot cards and everything. And I have the book. This is the original book from the Holy Mountain. So after the movie, my father took this book and started to write his dreams and his research of consciousness and spirituality in this Bible. He gave it to me. He said it's going to be really useful in your life. And it's like pages and pages and pages of research and numbers, numerology, and everything. This is a drawing of myself that I did in '95. And dreams, music. It's a real Bible. Look at that. Researches. So this is really incredible, I think, and it wasn't published. So maybe one day I do it, but it's not. Oh, look, that's a drawing from François Bouc. It's an original from his movie, the Rainbow Thief, because my father did a movie named The Rainbow Thief. Yeah, so you see, it's pages and pages, and look, this is my father, like, talking about his personalities. Okay. Yeah, it's well, I'm not going to show you everything, but it's that's real. You know, nobody knows about that. It's the first time in my life that I talk about that in front of the people. So I'm telling you the secrets. Look, 9080 now, because it started in 9071. Now it's 9080. And he said, okay, now I give you this book and you can finish it. So I started to write in this book, and I left it, but I'm going to write again my thoughts about life. And I'm going to see if you have any other questions. Okay. Hola, taka. So I'm gonna read you questions over. Okay, now comments. Yeah, okay. So did you make music for any film of your father? Yes, I did it. Okay, I just said before, maybe you weren't there, but I was talking about the movies of my father and the soundtrack I did for him. So I did The Dance of Reality, and I did also Endless Poetry. Sorry, I have my finger in the phone. I have Endless Poetry. Also, maybe I'm gonna open this vinyl. Maybe I'm gonna put a little song, maybe a little preview or something. You should listen to this music. I also wrote it with the piano of Michel Legrand. In this studio, it was Studio Plus 30, but this studio doesn't exist anymore. It just closed like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So it's quite special to record the music with this piano, incredible piano of Michel Legrand. I was blessed. So I wanna put. Look, I'm gonna put a song. There's a song, you know, I was inspired a lot by, not in this soundtrack, but a lot by the movie Ascenseur pour les chauffe-eau. I don't know how it's with Jeanne Moreau, and Miles Davis did the music, and he improvised the music on the images. So I said, I want to do that. I want to improvise music with the images, and I did it, and it's this melody that I'm going to put. It's called Stella and Alejandro. This is quite special for me to put this. It was totally improvised. I was watching the images and I was improvising piano. And then I asked to the violins to play over my piano. And I did the arrangements after that. It's endless poetry, the soundtrack. So it's beautiful. And I was completely inspired by Ennio Morricone on a part here that you're going to listen. I'm gonna wait. Yeah. Because just before composing that, I was watching Once Upon a Time in America, Sergio Leone music. Just 1 second, and after, and now the kiss. Oof, the kiss with the tongue and but you know, it was really interesting because I was playing the movie, the main character, and I was composing my emotions in the movie. So it was quite interesting, and composing also the soundtrack of the life of my family, because this movie is the life of the story of my family. So composing for that, it was quite shocking for me. Yeah. You know, I was putting some beauty in the tragedy of the story of my family, and that was really something. It was healing. So yes, the book, that's cool. Where do you Thai T Alexander? We say Thai or T? When did you write your first ever song? What was the defining moment when you realized your passion for music? Look, my mother always used to listen a lot of music. So there was Michael Jackson, there was the Platters, there was Elvis Presley at home, and folk music, Donovan and Bob Dylan, and Rolling Stones, Beatles, everything, no, all the classicals. And so she was listening a lot of vinyls, and my father didn't listen to any songs and any music in his life. Only one vinyl. It was the Celtic harp by Alan Stivell. That was the only record he ever listened in all his life. So my mother gave me all this passion, and she gave me a 4-track machine, and I started to compose with that. But I think Elvis Presley is the guy who gave me the power to write and compose songs. He didn't write any songs, Elvis Presley. I don't know if you know that, but I don't know, his voice, his energy was really inspiring for me. And so the first ever song I wrote, I was 13, and in this 4-track. And then I composed. Since then, I didn't stop, and that's it. So another question, maybe. Oh, you want me to sing a song? I'm going to sing a song from Santa Sangre, the movie Santa Sangre. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put the phone here. Sorry, I'm putting my big hand, like my butcher hand, here, and I'm gonna sing a song. Okay. This is the song, like the main song of the movie Santa Sangre, the images I showed you before. Seeing, I didn't warm up my voice, but it doesn't matter. Seeing tu en el alma unas ganas inmensas de llorar. Tú me haces falta y juré no decírtelo jamás. Yo quiero hacerte con mis lágrimas un collar de perlas. Déjame llorar, porque hoy que te perdí, queriéndote olvidar, me acuerdo más de ti. Si es un delito amar, un delincuente soy, porque no he de pagar las culpas de mi amor. Yo quiero hacerte con mis lágrimas un collar de perlas. Déjame llorar, porque hoy que te perdí, queriéndote olvidar, me acuerdo más de ti. Thank you. It's beautiful for me to sing this song. Do you want to see my shoes? Look, I have my Mexican shoes. Well, my. Okay, so I'm going to read other questions. Let's see. We can talk about life. We can talk about experiences. Where did you get some good high quality sound fronts from? Where do you get some good high quality sound fronts from? God, my English it's so bad that I don't understand your question. I'm really, what's a sound fronts? I don't know what's that sound fronts. Okay. The sound quality, well, I work in studios. I have my own record studio, and I work everything with analogic. I like analogic music. I like to record on tape. That's what I like. And all the soundtracks, I do it on tape. No one does that, but I do it. I do it. Okay, so does acting in the movies make it easier for music composition? No, it's even worse. It's very difficult because when you see an actor is someone that you doesn't know, it's like very easy because it's not you. But you have to translate something for yourself, and put music on your lips, on your emotions. It's very difficult because when you see yourself acting, you see all the mistakes and you see everything that you don't like. So that's the difficult part. So when I compose for watching myself acting, it's not easy at all. So I have to make an abstraction that it's me acting and compose for the movie. So yeah, it's very difficult. Um, so another question. I love you, Tai. Someone says that he loves you. Which part of your soul is almost represented in your music? Which part of your soul is most represented in your music? The soundtracks. When I work with an orchestra, I feel plenty of beautiful feelings and emotions. So that's my plan. I would love to compose a symphony. I talked about that with my father, that I'm going to compose a symphony and he's going to do a music around the symphony. But it's not easy. Maybe we're not never going to do it, but I really want to do that. And we were talking about collaborating together with this idea. So I hope to do it soon. The only problem is that I'm doing albums. I have contracts with Universal Music, so I have to do those albums. But I'm sick and tired about doing verses, choruses, bridges, and to compose pop music and this kind of shit, and to do singles. You have to do a single because we have to work this song on the radio, and I really hate that because that's not music. That's not the goal of the music. The goal of the music is doing beautiful music to to give something to the people that they dream and that they dream. And with this form of working, like doing singles, I really hate to do that. So I did it. I did 8 albums in my life. And always I'm going to interviews and going to the radios and going to TVs and playing my songs, and really I really hate that. I don't like it. Of course I have to say thank you, because when I was 20 years old I was dreaming about that, about doing music and people applauding or walking the street and people asking me for pictures and autographs. I was dreaming about that. But when you have that, after what is happening after that? It's like the guy. There's, I don't know if you ever saw this drawing of this guy who's running after money, and the other drawing, he's getting this money, and in the last drawing he arrives in a precipice. There's a limit. And he's old with all his money, and he doesn't know where to go after that. So you have to be careful with what you give to the world, because the artist has a big goal in this planet now, because there's so much horrible things happening in the world that we have to give some beauty. Because, for example, other people who wrote these science fiction movies that I love, with all these drones and all these robots and all of that, the planet is inspired by that. You can see drones now. You can see they're working on robots, and they working also on like cars levitating. They want to do that because their life is inspired by art. So what we have to give now, it's beauty. All the artists, we have to give some beauty and not decadence. For example, someone was talking to me about Peter Greenaway. His movies are really decadent and like, it's very strong, of course. It's incredible, but after that, what? Yeah, you have seen some shocking images, and that's what you want for life now. So you have to be careful with what you create now. So for me, my part, I want to create beauty, because I want to give beauty to the world. I want to try to be a seed. I don't say that I'm going to change the world, but I can be a seed. All the artists are like little seeds for the world, for the imagination of the world. So that's what I think. Do you also sing in French? Yes, I sing in French. I sing in Spanish, French, and English. And you can listen to a song in my album Amador. Amador, it's the song is called J'aime tes genoux. who means I like your knees. It's about a guy who likes the knees of a woman. He's obsessed with the knees of a woman. So that's the song you have to listen. So there's other comments. Yeah. How are you? I'm very good, thank you very much. Nancy Sinatra. Nancy Sinatra? Are you the real Nancy Sinatra writing me? How can someone learn psychomagic? Have you ever tried to teach it? No, I'm not teaching psychomagic, but I do it. And I can give you a psychomagic act if you like. But my brother, Cristobal, is a shaman and a professor, and he teaches that, and he teaches tarot. I read tarot also. As you can see, I have a tarot here. And this tarot, the tarot of Marseille, I want to tell you that Le Tarot de Marseille was lost. And my father found all the original tarot of Marseille from 1400 from the 15th century, and he restored the Tarot de Marseille and put all the original colors that were missing, and so he did it. This is it's the other side. You imagine, it says Jodorowsky, Tarot de Marseille, Jodorowsky, and it was 4 years of work to do that. So this is a very powerful Tarot de Marseille, and if there's one Tarot de Marseille, a real one, is this one. So don't use other tarots. This is the most symbolic and complete tarot that exists in this world, Tarot de Marseille. Because all the symbolics are important, the colors, everything is really important. Okay? Okay. So other questions. I'm gonna read other questions, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, where are you? Are you watching this live from which country? I would love to know that. Okay, so amazing! You got the book from the Holy Mountain. Yes, it's. I'm very happy to have that. How often do you think grace notes should be used in scores? If you use grace notes everywhere, it loses the power of the emotions. You have to wait until the climax. You have to give an atmosphere. The atmosphere is the most important thing when you do a score. You have to think, and also you have to learn to be invisible with the music, because always the musician wants to shine and to be there and to show himself and show that he's an incredible composer. But the best composers can be like invisible as suddenly appear in a total grace, an incredible grace. So choose your moments, okay? Like in life, if you talk too much, like I'm talking now, you get tired. So you have to learn to work with silence. What other interesting books do you have in your library? Oh, I have a lot of books. I have like stupid books. I have, you have Stephen King is like very stupid, but it's incredible. I love Stephen King. I have Pablo Neruda, Confieso que he vivido, a biography of Pablo Neruda. I have the books of Hitchcock about movies, about music. I have I have poetry also. I have Molière, I have Sioran, I have Antonin Artaud, I have Castañeda, I have my father's book here. This is all my father's book. I have books from, Musashi, Miyamoto Musashi, Japanese. I have CDs, as you can see, because I'm always thinking that CDs are going to be a hipster again one day. It's starting now again. I have this little book I did, Adanovsky, with all my lyrics, and I did like little drawings that I did in this time. with the pen. I want to show you some drawings. Yes, I did some drawings. This is a nude, a feminine nude I did. Yes. And yes, well, I was drawing a lot before. No, I'm not going to show this one because it's a penis. Yeah, I did this drawing also. Yeah, I was really inspired by the surrealist, because I grew up in a surrealist family, so we were really fan of Salvador Dali. For me, Salvador Dali, it's an incredible writer. I have his books there. I have Salvador Dali's books here. I have Dali here. I have a lot of Dali. I have to, I'm here since 3 months or 4 months only, so I have to. Okay. So let's answer another questions. Wow, there's a lot of questions now. What is happening? You're in Spain. Hello. Liverpool. You're in Liverpool. Oh, would love to go to Liverpool. Around the corner from John Lennon's art school flat. Wow. I have John Lennon here. And in this book, the Book of the Holy Mountain, I'm going to show you. The Book of the Holy Mountain, this one, when my father gave me this book, I found inside the book something incredible. I found a letter that John Lennon wrote to my father in 1971, asking him if he can translate the song Imagine in Spanish. He said, it was really lovely to meet you. I was thinking about you. Do you want to translate this song in Spanish? Signed by John Lennon and Yoko, with little drawings, it was a cup with light. It was and just in the back of the light, the light was saying, inside your heart. It was a beautiful letter, and I said that to my father, and I gave him the letter. I'm crazy, but well, his letter, it's not mine. So, but I would love to have this letter. But I met Sean Lennon, the son of John, and we became really friends together. Because we had the same stylist, who's a Japanese, Kyosuke Konimoto, and he said, you don't know each other, but your parents were really friends. They used to love each other, and John Lennon helped your father to produce the Holy Mountain, and you have to meet. And so with Sean, we wrote a message, yes, we have to meet, and we met in New York and in Paris, and he's a lovely person, really, a really lovely person. And really cult, and he knows a lot about movies, and he's an excellent musician. What is your most memorable music experience as a kid? I remember that. You're not going to believe that, but when I was 7, I went to George Harrison house, the Beatle George Harrison, and with my father, and there was a guitar there, and my father says my son is a big fan of Elvis Presley, and he said, I met Elvis Presley, and you like rock and roll? And I said, yes, I love rock and roll. Okay, and my father says, yeah, and he wants to be a musician. He plays a little bit of piano, and so there was a piano, and I started to play piano like Boogie Boogie, Jerry Lee Lewis. And yeah, he was touched because I was a little kid playing rock and roll, and he said, and do you know guitar? And I said, no, I don't know guitar, and I can teach you some chords if you like. I said, okay. So I took the guitar, and he taught me what it was, E, A, and B. It's 3 chords. With these 3 chords, you can do rock and roll. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how you can play rock and roll, and what was what he teach me. It was like this. It's 3 chords, right? It's no. There's a lot of song. Or there's a well, be-ba-ba-loo-la, she's my baby, be-ba-ba-loo-la, don't need baby. she's my baby love, my baby love. Okay, there's a lot of songs like this. She's my baby, let me. Hope I can tell you, baby, baby's lonely, baby, baby's lonely, baby's lonely, I could die. So it's 3 chords. Rock and roll is 3 chords. So he teach me that 3 chords, and he wrote the notes, you know, the chords on a paper. And he said, okay, now you have the paper and you have the chords. As least you can remember the chords. And when we left the house, I remember that I said, well, I was thinking, okay, I know the chords. I don't need this piece of paper. And I throw the paper in the garbage. And now I'm like, no, why did I do that? What I did, wow, shit, I throw this piece of paper in the garbage. It's, well, I was a little kid, but now I know rock and roll. Okay? And I was a big fan of Chuck Berry. Shit, I can't do it now anymore. He could do it. Okay? Okay. So, you know, you're in my house now. I have such a lot of things here. I have my vinyls. I'm gonna show you. I have an original poster from El Topo. El Topo. 1970 or 1968. It was a Moebius. The drawer Moebius did that. This poster. He drew that. Moebius. And well, this is Serge Gainsbourg with Jane Birkin. I have all my DVDs and my books. You know, I'm a kind of a geek. You know, I have also this is from the movie The City of Woman of Fellini, and I have my hats here. I love hats, and I have my basses. You know, my Fender Rhodes. This is like a red Rhodes. I found this in Belgium, and I went alone. And I took this enormous piano. It's like, I don't know, like 80 kilos maybe. It's very big, and alone. Like I thought I was going to die. Where has been your favorite place to perform? I think Mexico City is quite amazing. Mexico City, the people are amazing. They scream like you're a Beatle. You know, they're like ah. So it's quite nice. Okay, Liverpool. So you can ask. No, sorry, I'm gonna burp. Sorry. No, that's to make you laugh because I want you to laugh a little bit. So, another. Who would be your dream person to collaborate with? I think. Oh shit! I don't know. Maybe John Parrish. He's a music producer. He worked with PG Harvey. He's very good. He did an amazing album of This Is the Kit. I don't know if you know this band. This Is the Kit. You should listen to this album. And John Parrish produced this album. Yes. I would love to work one day and do a folk, like a country folk album in Spanish with Jack White. I would love to do that. All analogic, and I would love to collaborate with some musicians and a lot of people with Sean Lennon. I would love to do music with him. We started to do a song together in my studio in Mexico, and we're talking about doing things together. So maybe one day we'll see. No, okay. Another question. I like questions, you know. Play us more music. I can play more music if you like. Yes. When did you start liking music? As I said, when I was 6 years old or 5. Well, when I saw Ray Charles in concert in a show in Paris, and I was blown away by Ray Charles. And I think when I saw the Blues Brothers, I was sorry. I'm moving my phone like this. I'm gonna When I saw the Blues Brothers, the movie, I was really impressed by this movie. Oh, okay, so what can I sing? I can sing in French if you like, no? J'en ai connu des jolies filles, 10 fois plus belles que toi. J'en ai connu avec des corps parfaits qui ne m'ont jamais fait l'effet que tu me fais, aïe. Dès que tu t'assieds, je suis fait, oh j'aime. J'aime tes genoux, ça j'adore tes genoux. J'aime tes genoux. Ouais, je m'en fous. Il y a des photos, il y a des tableaux de tes beaux genoux partout. Sur les murs, il y en a au plafond. Il y a des genoux plein la maison. Les gens les mêmes collés sur notre joli plancher. Aïe, pour être sur les genoux. Oh, j'aime. J'aime tes genoux, ça j'adore tes genoux. J'aime tes genoux. Ouais, je m'en fous. Tes petits seins se tiennent bien, le bâton d'eau juste comme il faut. Mais tout ça me laisse froid, m'intéresse pas. Le reste non plus, car c'est du déjà vu. Ça ne fait que me gêner, ça m'empêche de me concentrer. Je te dis j'aime. J'aime tes genoux, ça j'adore tes genoux. J'aime tes genoux. Ouais, je m'en fous. Okay, so I know that you're in your house now, alone maybe or not alone, but can you sing with me like j'aime. Just j'aime tes genoux. J'aime, it's very easy to sing. Okay, let's go. J'aime tes genoux, ça j'adore tes genoux. 3, 4. J'aime tes genoux, le reste je m'en fous. Quand on va se promener sur les Champs-Élysées, moi je marche 4 pattes sur la neige. Et quand un agent me demande pourquoi, comment, je lui dis vous inquiétez pas, je sais pourquoi je marche comme ça. Oh, j'aime tes genoux, ça j'adore tes genoux. J'aime tes genoux, le reste je m'en fous. So that's the song about the guy who's completely crazy about the knees of this woman. I'm not obsessed with knees of women. It's just the song. Look, this is my cat, Cometa. Cometa, I don't know if he's dead or... Yeah, are you here? Can you show to the people how you breathe? Because my cat breathe like... When he do, you know, the cat does like... He does it like... it seems like he's chewing a chewing gum. Look. Yeah, you see? He's like... Yeah, he's like... He has a chewing gum here in the mouth, no? Cometa, yeah. He's a saint. It's the most... It's the kindest cat I had in all my life. I love cats. Okay. So I'm going to ask other questions. It's not too long. It's okay. They say that I have to talk for 2 hours. So I'm going to talk 2 hours, but there's time left. So, awesome. Merci. Do you have any questions? More questions? If you don't have any more questions, it's okay. I won't be mad. I won't hate you. Okay, yes. Wow, there's a lot of questions here. No, I think I answered all the questions. You don't want to answer a little questions? One more question? And after I can tell you some incredible stories after that. We can talk about music. All right? So, oh, yeah, there's a question here. If you had to learn a new instrument, what would it be? Maybe subway ticket, a subway ticket. You can do it this way. Yeah, I'm gonna put this here. The subway tickets, you can play it this way. Okay. Okay. I want to read a poem to you today of Rosamel del Valle. I'm going to read it in Spanish. It's very short, all right? But it's nice to read some poem. And it's nice that you hear some Spanish a little bit too, right? So a short poem. Okay. It's very short. It's only that, it's like this little thing. Resplandeciente llave con quien abres el tiempo. No, resplandeciente llave con que abres el tiempo. En ausencia detrás de mi sombra como una voz, cansada de respirar trenzas diluidas. Oh cabeza azul y aproximada, entrad imagen y rayo de una edad transparente, donde estás protegida de llamas por el ruido, que dejan pies atados a un sol invisible. Entrad porque sé cómo se parten las venas en gotas, en el regreso blanco de escalas y terrores, en las experiencias e inclinaciones de un vapor, en bosques y aguas deslumbradas por cabellos flotantes y cejas destruidas. Entrad visitante de larga sombra sola, entrad palabra de boca muerta en la oscuridad. There's a way to write poetry, but there's a way to read poetry. You can't read poetry, for example, resplandeciente llave con que abres el tiempo, en ausencia detrás de mi sombra con una voz. No, because the poetry is the language of the soul. So when you read poetry, you have to put all your energy and your intensity in the words, in each words. You don't say resplandeciente llave con que abres. No, resplandeciente llave con que abres el tiempo. Like each word, it's like food for you. It's like food for the one who's listening to that. So you have to be possessed when you read poetry. It's very important. That's why when you hear Pablo Neruda, when he reads poetry, it's resplandeciente llave con que abres el tiempo en ausencia detrás de mi sombra como una voz. So the poets know how to read their poems. So oh look, there's a picture of my father in the 70s directing The Holy Mountain. And yes, and I have for the person from Liverpool, Beatles. I like this picture of the Beatles. It's very nice. And yeah, my hero is also I love Charlie Chaplin. I love Elvis Presley. And I love James Brown. Okay, that's my heroes in life. So let's answer to this to other questions. Are you happy? Are you okay with what I'm like talking about? Okay, so I'm gonna show you also the weirdest microphone I ever had in all my life. When look at that. This is a microphone. It looks like something for the hair, that you're rolling the hair inside but no, it's a microphone. It was recommended by Henry Hirsch. Henry Hirsch, I'm going to tell you the story of Henry Hirsch. Henry Hirsch was the sound engineer of Lenny Kravitz. He did his 3 first albums, or 4, and many more. And I had a conversation with him. He's an incredible geek, and he recommended me this microphone, and he said that it's perfect for the kick drum and for the bass cabinet. So I'm gonna use it. I haven't tried this microphone yet. I don't even know how to use it. I have to point here, or if it works here, I don't know. It's like a totally mystery, but I'm gonna try this microphone. Okay, so let's read another. Okay, 36. Okay, Nancy Sinatra again. I love that picture too. Do you have any ideas for another film project? Yes. Okay, so I directed a movie, and this movie was The Voice Thief, and Asia Argento was playing this movie, and my brother Cristobal. And my father now is writing a movie. He just finished to write the continuation, the of the trilogy of the story of his life. So after the Endless Poetry, he's going to do Viaje Esencial, essential trip, essential voyage, and I'm going to play my father again. So so that's it. So he's going to do this movie, and I have to do this symphony and do it with him, and I wanted to do movies also, to direct movies. I'm writing a horror movie now. I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but I really hope to do this movie in my life. And I'm writing a movie, like a kind of an Italian movie, because I'm really fan of Italian movies. So I'm writing movies now because I did so much music in my life that I need to do music. Okay. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to tell you some secrets? I can talk about. Ah, okay. Can you speak other languages? Sì, io posso parlare italiano, io parlo un po' italiano. Te puedo también hablar en español. Aussi, je peux te parler en français parce que je parle français et je suis né à Paris en France. And I can talk in English, all right, because my accent is not very quite good, but I'm trying to do my best to talk in English. All right, to talk, yeah, okay. Which genre would you like to explore or learn about? In music, I would love to do a reggaeton. No, it's not true. I can't stand reggaeton. I don't know why. I'm sick about reggaeton. You know, I live in Mexico, so there's reggaeton in each corner of the street. So I'm tired about reggaeton. But I would love to do rock and roll music. Yes, but real rock and roll music with big guitar solos, and I would love to do that because I always did like folk music and indie pop and with a little, yeah, with little influences of rock, but I want to do rock and roll. That's what I like in my life. I listen a lot of rock and roll, so I want to do that, and also classical music. I would love to explore more the classical music. Yeah. So, wow, what's happening? Okay, Adan, what's your favorite writing process? Do you do the lyrics first? Well, you know, when I compose a song, no, I did that. I did the lyrics first, but now I'm doing the music first, and the lyrics are inspired by the music. Doing that. Do you connect with traditional Mexican music? Yes, in fact, I did an album inspired by that because I traveled a lot. I went to Peru, I went to Mexico, I went to Chile, and I was influenced by all those traditional music. But Mexican, yes, you can listen in my music Esencia Solar, and I did an album inspired by Mexico a lot, and by Peru also. I used a lot of Peruvian influence. I wrote this from Peru. It's an incredible flute I bought in. I'm not a flute player, but. You know, I don't play so well the flute. It's a beautiful flute. It's quite big flute, and I have this one also. It's very interesting. So that's my the flutes. I love these flutes. Yes, I'm inspired about all the music. Okay, Adan, do you have a big penis? Oh, uh, no, it's not true. No one is asking that. Okay, so I want to talk now about um, I want you to do an exercise now. If we're here to talk about something, we're going to do an exercise. I want you to think about yourself living in the silence. It means, who are you without words? Because we're always talking, we have a lot of noise in our head, but who are we without the words? Have you ever asked this to yourself? When you do a silence like this, you have a connection with something else, because the words are invented by humans to 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 communicate, but we are telepaths also. We can feel ourselves. You know, when someone is mad or stressed and he or she doesn't talk, and you see this person, you can feel something. So you can communicate with this feeling, and you can feel that. So that's another language. So who are you in this language of silence? Because I think the people that talk too much, it's because they want to escape from their selves and their real being, and they talk in order to avoid the confrontation with ourselves. No. So sometimes, for example, now we're home. I'm home. I'm in my house. I'm stuck in my house. I can't go out. But that's incredible, no? I was feeling that I was going outside and seeing a lot of people and doing a lot of things, and the contact with other people is really important, yes, of course. But first of all, the contact with ourselves, to learn about living with ourselves, it's very important. And to be alone, because a lot of people are, we're afraid of being alone. But why? First, we have to learn to be alone. We don't need anybody. We don't need anybody. We can live with our person. We're the first companion. We are our own companion. I mean, we have to accept and love what we are, first of all. And then we can look for a companion or a couple or something for love. But you can't find any love if you can't be alone. So work that. Work your silence. Work this feeling of being alone and enjoy it. And stop using always your phone and your Instagram and your Facebook and everything, because you need to communicate with somebody. You need to feel that you're not alone and that you're not bored. But what are you doing in your house now? You're watching movies, you're watching Netflix. Now, is this a real encounter with yourself? Or are you going to wake up and meditate and close your eyes and learn who you are and know yourself? Maybe you should try this, to stop wasting your time watching stupid movies in Netflix, and watching Instagram. It's crazy. I do it too. I'm mad with myself. I'm but every night I'm meditating, and I have a meeting with myself every night. So do it. It's not difficult. And I know the people who doesn't meditate, you know, you say, but it's impossible to do the silence. I always have words in my mind. But you can sit, and if you have words like, okay, I don't have to think. Oh, I don't have to think that I don't have to think. Oh, I just thinking about words. I don't want to have these words. And if you're fighting with that, it doesn't matter. You have to be the audience. You have to watch your words going around your head, your mind, and explore that, and watching like a spectateur, un espectador. You have to watch that. Say, okay, I'm talking. Okay, I'm talking. And one day, after a week maybe, you're gonna feel the silence. But you have to be really patient. It's not easy. Not at all. Me, the problem I have is each time I'm meditating, I fall asleep. My father used to say that too, that every night he meditates and he fall asleep when there's no word. That's what's happening to me too. So I'm looking forward meeting the silence for real and be awake in the silence. Okay, I'm gonna read other questions. Your father once said, "We humans are anus." Oh, yes. You know, we are everything in our body. We are anus, yes. Yes, we poo. We are our sex, our penis, our vagina. We are our heart, because you can see that a lot of humans see themselves like a brain. No, they live in the brain. So the only thing is that we are not a brain. We are everything. We have a mental energy, emotional energy, sexual energy, physical energy, and we are everything. So sometimes when you live only in the head, you became very intellectual, no? And you have all these books, and you're stuck in your mind. And the people who are too much in their heart are too sentimental. They live for love. Yes, and the people who are in the sex, they live for sex. Now they want to have sex. They want to have they're animals. And the people who are in the body, like too much in the body, exercise, only exercise, watching and Instagram and watching and doing like this. So we have to find a balance with all the four energies. And there's another nivel, how we say, another step. It's the spiritual, the quinth essence, the essence of the spirit. So if we connect everything and we are balanced in each of those energies, you're never going to be sick. You're going to feel really healthy and balanced. So work all your energies, not only the body, not only the heart, not only the sex, or not only the brain. You know, work everything. You're an entire human. Okay, dear Adam, my name is not Adam, it's Adan with N, like Natalie or nicotine. Dear Adam, what movies have been the most inspiring for you, the most influential film? Look, I have a lot of movies. I like a lot the Bicycle Thief. I love this movie. I love Freaks, the movie by Todd Browning. I love the movies of my father, The Holy Mountain. Santa Sangre is mind blowing for me, and I have the chance to you know to be one of the actors of this movie. It's incredible. What a chance. And I love also the movies. You know, I was always thinking about Martin Scorsese, who's a really animal. He's a real animal, but I love Martin Scorsese movies. I love that. I love After Hours. I love Taxi Driver. I love the the Godfellas. Um, I love The King of Comedy. I love this movie. I also love The Red Shoes, the movie The Red Shoes. I love this movie. And well, I love a lot of movies. You know, I watch one movie per day. Um, yes. What are your thoughts on Osho's approach to meditation? Look, Osho, I think he's a guy with a big ego, but very clever. Very clever. But who has no ego? But the problem is he started to buy some cars and some watches and to dress like a guru and that's the problem with the people who become gurus. As the ego starts to, you know, to invade their mind. So it's the big problem because they talk about ego, about raising ego, but there are a lot of people listening to them and they're putting some flowers and doing the meditation and they show themselves like masters. But the real master doesn't show himself like a master. No? He's very humble. So it's very difficult to find a humble master. It's very difficult. I would love to find one without ego. But I'm sure there's a lot. It's how many how many time do I have for this? Are you enjoying what we are talking about? Okay. Hello from Madrid. Hello, how are you? I love Madrid. I used to live in Madrid, but the problem in Madrid is that the people drink a lot of beer, a lot of cocaine, a lot of heroin. Uh, it's crazy. I never saw so much beer and alcohol, and it's incredible. But the people are really nice, but it's like an infra world, Madrid. But people are so lovely there too. I love Madrid because you know I'm French and I grew up in Paris, and then I moved to Mexico, and my father's from Chile, my mother's from Mexico. So when I go to Madrid, I feel home because there's like European people speaking Spanish. I feel the same in Argentina because it's a mix of people from Russia, from Ukraine, from Israel, from Germany, and from a lot of countries mixed, and they speak Spanish. And I'm like this because my family comes from Ukraine, from Germany, from England, from Ireland, and that's me. It's a mixture of that. I think I have even Chinese blood from Mongolia, and so yes. So. I'm watching myself at the same time. There's a lot of there's comments. Okay, do you want to do other questions, or should I speak about meditation? I'm wondering what the people think about this video now. Yeah, I hope. Okay, have you ever go to Andalusia? Yes. I think I went to Andalusia. I traveled a lot in Spain. Yeah, I went to Madrid, to Barcelona, to Sevilla, to Santander, to a lot of places. I would love to go to Cadix, and I would love to go to Cadaqués. Why? Guess why? Because Salvador Dali was living there, so I want to go there. I know that it's a tourist place now, but I would love to go there because he talks about this place like a paradise. I don't know if it's still a paradise, but I'm sure there is something special there, right? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. Oh, there's a lot of questions I wanted to tell. What do you think about flamenco music? I really love flamenco music. Um, it's very strong. I'm yes, I'm very touched by this music. And in Madrid, I used to go with my producer Javier Linian. He used to bring me to a cave where people were singing flamenco music and sevillanas and everything and dance and wow, it was real people and intense. I really love it. Adán querido, desde tus ojos, ¿cuál es el ritual que más te gusta o te inspira de tu padre? What's a ritual that I prefer of my father? My father has a lot of rituals, but what I like about my father is that when before he starts to write novels, books, comics, he has a perfume, a Mexican perfume, and this Mexican perfume, the name is Siete Machos. So uh, before starting writing, he puts some Siete Machos here, in the other fruits, here, 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 and here, and he starts writing, listening to the Celtic harp of Alan Stivell by Alan Stivell. So that's the ritual I like. It's very nice to see him have these little rituals. And I wanted to talk to you about something very important. No, I want to tell you about what it is to be Jodorowsky. I'm Jodorowsky, and I don't have so much time to talk about it, but I'm going to try to talk about this very quickly. Um, my father is the son of people who was selling how do you say caleçon, underwear, and a very poor family, and poetry saved his life. And he decided to have sons and to not commit the same mistakes that his father commits with him. So we were an experience for my father. Because he came from a really poor family, he became an artist and he was exploring himself. So my brothers didn't have so much luck as I had, so much chance as I have, because there were. I'm the younger child. I have like 17 years of difference with my brothers, so they're 17 years older than me, and he was like kind of hard with my brothers. I remember the story that my brother Cristobal, his name was Axel, this time, he did something, I don't know what, in the family, and my father, instead of like, I don't know, punching him and slapping him, instead of that, he decided to shave his hair because he was really into a Japanese tradition. My father, in this time, it was in the 60s, end of the 60s. So he shaved the hair of my brother, and he put my brother in a room for 2 days, eating rice and meditating. It was really, it was cruel, but he was doing experiencing. He did mistakes, and now, of course, he realized that it was really bad. But in this time, he did these kind of things. Or, for example, when we had dinners, sometimes one of us read some poetry in the table, like I did now, and on top of his chair or on the table. Or my brother Theo, my father said, "Okay, the soup is really bad. Pee on the soup," and Theo was peeing, like he was doing pee on the soup. So it was really surrealistic. My brother Cristobal used to paint on the walls, like with oil, and Brontis was there, like doing theater. My brother Theo was dancing break dance and Smurf, and I was a little kid in the middle of that with my mother also. I remember when she used to be angry, my mother, angry, like mad, she got mad. she used to take a sword, a samurai sword, and cut the chair in two, like and screaming. I remember I have this image of my mother doing that, and she was dancing African music and acting, and she was a very incredible woman. Now my mother has Alzheimer. She was in a like institute for old people, and I decided to bring her home, and now she's living with me, my mother, and she doesn't remember me. Do you want to see? We're gonna do an experience. For me, it's not tragical, but maybe you want to see someone with Alzheimer, and I'm gonna show you my mother. I'm gonna show you my mother, and she thinks I'm her brother. She doesn't know her son, but she lives in the presence, and she sees me, how I am. I hope internet is not going to cut. Valerie, this is my mother. Hola,
Hola.
¿cómo estás? ¿Bien? ¿Sí? ¿Te acuerdas de mí? You know who I am? Estoy disfrazado. She says that I'm disguised. Estoy disfrazado.
Estás muy bien
Muy bien vestido.
vestido.
¿Y soy tu hijo o tu hermano?
Eres todo mío.
Ah. You see, it's beautiful because I'm asking her if I'm her son, and I'm asking her if I'm her son, and she's saying that I'm everything. She lives in the presence, and I'm realizing that the people, always all the wisdoms and the gurus and everyone is talking about living in the presence, in the present, and she is living in the present. She's like, she lives the moment, and she's not thinking about the past or the future, and so she's happy. She's really happy, and it's very interesting, because first I was suffering watching her, like, and I said, "Oh, she doesn't recognize me. I'm her son, and she doesn't recognize me." It was very sad for me, but now I'm not sad at all because I know she's happy, and I'm taking care of her. I'm gonna. So I was talking about the family. So then I remember that we were allowed to paint on the walls and do whatever we wanted to do in our rooms because it was our universe, and my father didn't want us to have any limits. I remember that one day I wanted some shoes, like Fred Astaire shoes, like black and white, and we went together in the street looking for these shoes, black and white shoes, and we went to a store, and he asked for these black and white shoes, and there was no black and white shoes. So we went to another store, there was no black and white shoes, and then we went to another store, and there was no black and white shoes. So we did like 20 stores, and in the store number 21 we found the black and white shoes, and he said that I never have to give up what I want. And it was a big lesson for me because each time I'm doing something, I'm working on something, I know that I'm gonna get it, and I have to finish what I'm starting, and I don't give up. It gave me a lot of strength in my life, huh? So there's a. You want to ask another question, maybe? Because we're gonna finish in 10 minutes, I think. Right? Oh, there's other questions here. No, you don't have any questions anymore. Maybe you were listening to that. The book. Oh, yeah. Oh, there was a. Ty, do you want to do a last question for me, maybe? Huh? $47. I'm sorry, I'm with my computer here, and I'm watching the questions of the people. So now I want to tell you that everything is possible. People who wants to create and say, "Oh, I'm trying to write a book, I can't, and I'm writing, but everything I write, it's shitty." I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very easy how to create. You write something. I am the center of the I'm the center of the silence. Okay. I wrote this. I'm the center of the silence. Okay? I'm the center of the silence. Oh, I'm reading that. Oh, that's not good. I don't like what I'm writing. It's very simple. You do that and you throw it in the garbage, and no one is going to see that in your life. So you can write until something good come, you know? So don't put any limits. Just do the things. You know, when you have the choice of doing or not doing, just do. Just do something. Now that we're stuck in our houses, do something. Or you know what? Don't do anything and don't feel guilty about not doing anything. Just take your time for yourself and be happy not doing anything, and be, I'm not working. It's not like I'm not working, I should do something and take advantage to this moment and create something, and then maybe I should write a song, maybe I should write a book, or maybe I should learn guitar, I don't know, maybe it's the moment. No, the moment it's for you. So take your time and enjoy this time for you. Huh? Okay, so no, there's no questions anymore. It doesn't matter. Okay. I can do meme. I'm gonna do something because we have just a few minutes. I'm gonna try to show you how to do pantomime. I'm gonna show you my feet. My feet are not very beautiful because I have a. Okay, I'm gonna show you my feet. I'll show you that. Look. Okay. Look. I'm gonna walk. Actually, I can't do it here because it's not. Wait. I'm gonna try. No, I can do it because. I can do it. No, it's very difficult to do it here, but the secret about doing that, now I can do it, but the secret about doing that is that here you don't have, you don't do like this, you know, just stay in your place. Okay, and the hands. Now that we are talking about my father, I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm doing that. My father invented that. He wrote that for Marcel Marceau. Also this. He wrote this also for Marcel Marceau. That suddenly he has a mask and he can't stop laughing, and he can take off the mask and suddenly at the end he takes off the mask and he's free of the mask. And this is the world. We have masks and we have to take off our masks. So take off your masks and just enjoy yourself, how you are, and be happy. Stop being depressed. Just stop thinking about the past or the future. Do like my mother. She lives in the present. Now is the moment. Close the eyes and feel yourself, and feel the beauty of breathing, of looking, of listening, the beauty of tasting, beauty of touching. Feel everything, feel everything. Everything is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. So I say goodbye and have a beautiful day. Thank you. Thank you to invite me to do this live session. Goodbye.